In this video, I reinforce my inflatable Palomino horse from G&G. This toy is quite old and made from very thick, heavily textured vinyl. The entire toy is constructed using pinch seams and has a very curvy shape. The thick vinyl, pinch seams, and multiple negative curves make for an incredibly fragile toy. I am going to reinforce this toy by gluing strips of vinyl along the fragile pinch seams. I want to do this on the inside to preserve the appearance of the horse, so I must start by turning the toy inside out. To do so, I cut along the belly of the horse, as I believe this will be the easiest for me to seal back up later. I then proceed to wrestle the vinyl inflatable inside out through the hole I just cut. I start by pulling the head through the cut, followed by the horse's rump, and then shoving the legs and everything else inside. Once inside out, I slip a paper towel in through the cut to help protect the toy from stray glue in the next operation. Preparing for glue, I clean the large patch of scrap vinyl I will be using to seal the inflatable back up. I use isopropyl alcohol to clean both the patch and the area where I will bond the patch. The scrap of vinyl is 0.4 millimeters thick. In general, patches should be made from equal or lesser thickness vinyl. This horse is made from roughly 0.5 millimeter thick vinyl. With the area prepared, I begin filling my syringe with HH66 vinyl cement. Using the syringe and its blunt-tipped needle, I apply glue to the patch and the inside surface of the inflatable. Pressing the patch down and repeating this process, I make my way around the cut, gluing the patch a little more than halfway around. I leave one long edge of the patch unbonded. I clearly don't want to completely finish bonding this patch, else I won't be able to turn the horse back right side out. It is much easier to start this patch now while the surface I am bonding is facing out and easy to access. I will finish the last bit after turning the toy back right side out. With the closure patch preparation complete, I can move on to the actual reinforcing operation. I use the industrial syringe I filled with HH66 vinyl cement to apply a bead of glue along the inside of the pinch seam. I apply more glue to the underside of the vinyl patch using the blunt syringe needle as a butter knife to spread out the glue. With the glue applied to both surfaces, I press the vinyl strip down. You want to only press and not rub, as the vinyl has become very soft, and any rubbing motion will wrinkle the vinyl. I strongly recommend the use of HH66, as it dries very fast. However, it has a lot of toxic volatile compounds in it that are not healthy to breathe. So, if you use HH66, make sure to follow all its warning labels. I am reinforcing my horse on my screen porch with the overhead fan on to make sure I have enough ventilation. The strips I am using are made from the same 0.4 millimeter thick scrap vinyl. The lengths of the strips are not important. They are simply the longest strips I could cut out of the scrap vinyl I had. For width, about a thumb's width is plenty sufficient for reinforcing, and about perfect. There is a balance between making the strip wide enough that it is easy to align, but not so wide that it wrinkles when trying to go around curves. I repeat the gluing process bit by bit along the length of the vinyl strip. I only glue down as long of a portion as I am comfortable with. On straight sections of the seam, I can glue down long portions of the strip at a time. However, in tightly curved areas, like inside the horse's nose, I can only glue down short portions at a time. Off camera, I continue this repetitious process until I glue vinyl strips along the entire main body seam of the horse. After waiting some time for the glue to set up, I begin to invert the inflatable back right side out. Again, starting with the head, I pull it out, followed by the front legs, then the back legs. I then shove the rest of the vinyl through the partially patched opening. Now that the toy is right side out, I can finish gluing the patch I had partially installed at the beginning. Carefully lining the edges up all along, I glue the cut back closed. I perform this bonding operation just like before, working little by little. It sealed up airtight on the first try. While we wait for the horse to inflate, I figured I should mention that any longtime viewers of my channel will likely recognize this video as one of several very similar where I reinforce a toy. Through these multiple videos, I hope I have shown that this is not too terribly difficult to do. If one of my videos inspired you to try something like this, please let me know in the comments below. And as always, leave any tips or suggestions. Subscribe for more content. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. Consider supporting my channel by purchasing a t-shirt from the link in the description. Thanks for watching.